What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Traveling with Los the Most, and today we're doing kind of a spur of the moment trip into a place called Intramuros, which is basically an old Spanish kind of subdivision. And in that subdivision they have a cathedral there, Fort Santiago. And again, if you guys didn't know, the Philippines was ruled by the Spaniards for like over 333 years to be exact. And the area we're going, if you look at it on the map, it's basically this huge subdivision, and this huge subdivision is where all the Spanish generals and the hierarchy was basically living. And then outside of the city, that's now present-day Manila, I want to say, it's hard to pronounce, but it's called Extramuros, which means outside the wall. So you have Intramuros, which is inside the wall. So if you're looking at it on the map, you could tell that it was a Spanish influence because it has a bunch of red roofs and it's very distinct on Google Maps. So that's where we're going today. I'll see you guys in the next clip. Peace. All right, guys, so this is where we're going today. That's Intramuros, right? Intramuros right there. That's Rizal Park. Fort Santiago's up there. Like I was saying, the Intramuros was like a Spanish subdivision for all the Spanish hierarchy back here when they ruled over basically the Philippines for over 300 years. So that's where we're going to be going today. Another reason we're gonna go to Intramuros today, because it's Holy Week. Hopefully there's no lines. We're gonna be the only ones there, or a handful of people, because everybody's gonna be celebrating this whole week up until the weekend. Usually it's packed all on the streets, but today, nothing. Just arrived here in Intramuros. I showed you on the Google Maps, this is Fort Santiago, so we're northernmost of Intramuros, going north to south. And basically this was a whole Spanish city in the Philippines called Intramuros. So a lot of the buildings here that you see have a lot of that Spanish influence. So we're gonna see a lot today. Again, this is just spur of the moment, so I wasn't really able to research. So if I get some stuff wrong, my bad. So this is where we're at. This is Fort Santiago. There's a little map right here. Pretty cool. Look how old the Spanish walls are. Crazy. All the stores, tour assistants. This is pretty cool. And again, you can look back there. You can see the tip of the cathedral right there as well. So we just got a tour guide for 1,000 pesos. He's basically he's part of the tourism industry here. So he's gonna tell us all the history about the fort and a little bit of Filipino history. And again, look how old these buildings are. So cool, guys.
So first information, I'll give you the history of Fort Santiago, okay? Then after that, we're going to Intramuros, because Fort Santiago is part of the walled city. Intra means inside and muros means wall. That's a Latin word. But if you convert it into Spanish word, they call it Ciudad Murada, which means the walled city.
Okay.
Okay? But in New York, they have Wall Street. Alright, okay, let's start. So Fort Santiago is one of the oldest fortification in Manila, named after Santiago de Compostela of Spain, because he is the patron saint of Spain before, but not anymore, because they changed it now into Immaculada Concepcion, which means the Sacred Heart of the Virgin Mary. Why they change it? But before that, I have a question. Do you have an idea what is the English of Santiago?
James.
You are right, sir. One of the apostle of Jesus Christ. He is Saint James, right? But it's sad to say this, most of the Muslims called him Santiago Matamoro. If you said Matamoro means killer of Muslims. Saint James, slayer of the Moors. Why? Because Manila is Islamic city before the Spanish came. And we have two different kinds of Muslims in Philippines. We have Muslim from Saudi Arabia and we have Muslim from Malaysia. And that is part of the territory of Borneo before. That's why we have Brunei. Right? So the one who ruled Manila, imagine this is Manila before. Here, before. The one who ruled this place, named Raja Sulaiman, the ancestor of King Bulkiah of Brunei. That's him, the graffiti on the wall. Looks like Lapu-Lapu, but it's not. He is Raja Sulaiman, right? So the Muslim king who ruled Manila. If you are a king, of course you have a palace. But your palace is made of wood. So the wooden palace of Raja Sulaiman, here, they called My Nilad. Very simple, two native words. My Nilad. Now it's Manila.
Manila.
If you English the word my, there is or there are. And Nilad, N-I-L-A-D, is the white flowered mangrove plant or indigo leaf that we use for making color of the dress, curtain, like that. Because the leaf is indigo. That's the indigo plant, leaves to the Pasig River. So before the river is very clean, right? Now it's polluted, sad to say this. So before there's lots of mangroves there. That's why Maynilad means there's indigo plant or there's mangrove.
Oh, interesting.
Now it's Manila. In Manila we speak Tagalog, right? Because Manila is Tagalog. Tagalog comes from the two native words again. Taga-ilog.
Oh, from the river.
Very simple.
Didn't know
Because
that.
Philippines is archipelago. We are surrounded by the body of waters. Right? 7,641 islands we have now in the new survey. But not all islands inhabitant because we have high tide and low tide. Right? So remember, when the Spaniards came here, they burned and destroyed the palace of the Muslims. They changed it into the stones, mortars in high fortification like that. See, there's a wall. So that's the beginning of the word Intramuros. So Manila founded by Conquistador Miguel Lopez de Legazpi in the year 1571. But Legazpi landed in Philippines 1565. Before he arrived to Manila, 1571. That's why they killed the Muslims here because they heard that there's a rich trading happen here in Intramuros between Muslim, Chinese, and native.
Oh, Muslim, Chinese, and native.
So
Interesting.
that's the war began
Okay.
between Muslim and Spanish. Okay? Because you know, Legazpi believed that if you can rule the whole Manila, you can control also the whole Philippines. Because Philippines is Manila, Manila is Philippines, as well as today, Intramuros is Manila, Manila is Intramuros. I will show you the original map of Manila during Spanish time. This is only Manila before. We are now exactly here in Fort Santiago. See? But this fort was built 1590. And of course, Intramuros wall stretched to about 4.5 kilometers. 64 hectares of land. The purpose of the wall is to order to protect the city. So Manila, question. Do you know who's the patron saint of Manila?
Mom, the native here.
Saint John the
Saint John the
Baptist.
Baptist?
That's why every San Juan we throw water,
We throw
right?
water at
So the Spaniards built 7 Catholic churches here inside. That's why Visita Iglesia, like today, we celebrate Visita Iglesia. You can visit it 7 churches inside, but not anymore. Only 2 churches left because of World War II. But before, every 300 meters, there's a church.
Wow.
So now what's left? The two churches?
Manila Cathedral Basilica, the big green dome,
Okay.
1581, second oldest Catholic church in the Philippines, but now it's Basilica.
It's Basilica.
And of course, the old one of the buildings survived here in Intramuros that the Japanese never burned and Americans never bombed. San Agustin Church. That's the oldest Catholic church in the
Wait, where's
Philippines.
San Agustin?
4 blocks from the cathedral. 1, 2,
Okay.
3, 4. I told you every 300 meters there's a church.
Yeah.
See?
So it's still standing.
Yeah, you know why the Americans and Japanese never destroy the church? Because of the Red Cross sign of the Geneva Convention. That's why the Americans never bombed the church. That's the Red Cross, okay? So in short, the families lives here before only wealthy, educated Spanish family. Because before we have 6 classes of people during Spanish time. Now only 3. We have rich, middle class, and poor. But before it's 6. So the people lives here. They call peninsulares, wealthy, educated Spanish family but born in Spain. Second class, they call insulares, wealthy, educated Spanish family but born in Philippines. And the third class, they call principalia, wealthy Filipino. The fourth class, they call mestizo, wealthy Filipino but with mix of English blood.
Oh, that's not me.
And the fifth class, they call ilustrado, wealthy Filipino studied in Spain, like Jose Rizal.
Anong tawag?
Ilustrado. Yeah, Juan Luna is ilustrado.
You're insu...
He's mestizo.
No. He's insu... What's the second one?
Insulares.
Insulares.
Insulares, yeah. Wealthy, educated family but born in Spain. Born in Philippines, born in
here.
Philippines. Yeah, okay.
Insulares.
And the lower class,
You're
they,
insulares.
and the lower class, they called Indio.
That's me.
We are Indio. We are the laborer and farmer before. That's why we are the workers allowed to enter the city. Chinese are not allowed.
Oh, wow.
They make business outside, not inside. Now you know why Chinatown is outside. That's Chinatown.
That's Chinatown,
That's
sir?
how lots of high-rising building. That's the oldest Chinatown in the world outside China.
So you can... Is that Binondo?
That's Binondo.
So you can walk from
Yeah, only kilometer, only 1 mile.
Oh, okay,
See?
okay.
Binondo means Binondok because that's part of the mountainous area before. If you go down to the mountain, you are going to the place called Tondo.
I know Tondo.
Oh, isn't that a bad?
Yeah, Tondo is the small place. They call Tundok or point.
Oh,
And in the middle of Tondo and Binondo, that's Divisoria. That's why Divisoria means division between Binondo and Tondo.
Huh.
You know where's the division? The railways. Who made the railways? Americans. They call it tutuban. Tutu means choo-choo train. Now it's tutuban. You remember now?
Okay.
Okay, let's continue. Let's talk about now Philippine history. We already finished here. The Philippine island experienced 4 colonizers. Spanish, 333 years. That's why we become Catholic. 83% of Filipinos now Catholic, mix of Christian, and the rest Muslim and Buddhist.
Oh, wow.
And after that, British 2 years. Americans 48 years. Japanese 3 years. Question is, why the Spanish colonized the Philippines? Of course, they arrived here because they want spices. But in India, there's also spices. They colonized the Philippines because of the 2-letter G. God. They bring religion, right? And glory. Because of the competition between Portugal and Spain. And why the Americans colonized the Philippines? Very simple, because of the strategically military position. Right? But based in our education in Philippines, we learn in school. The Philippine island was discovered by Ferdinand Magellan on March 16, 1521. They said discover, that's wrong. We change it now into rediscover because we have our own indigenous tribal people lives here before they came. We call them Aitas or Negritos, small black man with the curly hair with black nose. That's our indigenous. So for me, it's rediscover, not discover by Magellan. And there's another mistake. They said March 16, they landed here. Not anymore, we changed it now into 17. Because March 16 is only based by the Italian writer named Antonio Pigafetta. He is the chronicler of Magellan's expedition. Because Antonio Pigafetta was not aware on our international date line, so he recorded 16. But imagine this, if you cross the Pacific Sea from US to Philippines, you increase 1 day. So we change it now into 17 because March 17 is St. Patrick's Day in US. So what is the name of this island when Magellan landed here March 16? They said, what's the name of Philippines? So they call this island La Isla San Lazarus. In English, Saint Lazarus Island, because March 16, when they landed here, it's Saint Lazarus Day in Spain. That's the first name of Philippines. When the Spanish came, but we have the name Maharlika. During the time of the native, the Muslim, Maharlika means Nobel. So this is their Nobel country, the Muslim. And then it becomes Saint Lazarus because after that, 1543, another expedition happened by Ruy Lopez Villalobos of Spain. So he landed in Cebu and he named this island after the name of his king, named King Philip II or Felipe II Rey de España. In English, King Philip, that's why we call it Philippines. That's 1543, not 1521. Because of the expeditioners. And after that, another expedition happened. Miguel Lopez de Legazpi, the founder of Manila, 1565, he landed in Cebu. So in exact number, 333 years. 1565 up to 1898. But there's a gap. The British, I said to you, 2 years. 1762 up to 1764. Because after 2 years, they give it back to Spain again. After they looted the valuable things of this island, they give it back to Spain. Why they give it back to Spain after 2 years? Because of the 7 years war in Europe. So to all the land belong to Spain must be returned back to Spain, and to all the land belong to England must be returned back to England upon the order of the Queen of Spain. She is Queen Isabella. So France become an allies of Spain. That's the 7 years war. That's why the Spanish ruled the Philippines up to year 1898. And 1898, Americans came. They said, oh, because of the Americans, the Filipino got the first Philippine independence. Sorry to say this, the Americans never recognized our independence in the year 1898 because of the agreement. The Spanish sold the Philippines to the Americans worth of 20 million US dollars under the Treaty of Paris. And 1898 is also the year of the separation of the church and the state, so we become democratic. Americans take over the Philippines for 8 years, from 1898 up to 1946. But in the year 1901, they sent here the Thomasites, the American teachers. That's why they educate the Filipinos. So Americans bring education in Philippines. They built public school for the poor Filipino. They built also public hospital for the poor Filipino, like Philippine General Hospital,
Oh, that was built by
PGH.
Americans.
And not only that, they built bridges and roads. Cannon Roads, Shaw Boulevard, Dewey Boulevard, MacArthur Highway. See? Jones Bridge, named after Americans. And after that, here comes the Japanese. The bloodiest war happened in Manila. 100,000 innocent victims died. Not because of the Americans, because the Americans never bomb Manila. They bomb outside Manila because they know there's lots of innocent victims here. But the Japanese burned churches, schools here. That's what happened. 90% of Manila after that war totally destroyed. Manila became the second most devastated ally city in the world, next to Warsaw in Poland. So, but before that war, 1941, General MacArthur came here, right? With his family, and the family resides in Manila Hotel. Now you know what is the most expensive suites there? MacArthur Suites. And he declared Manila as an open city to avoid bombing. But in the year 1942, he left the Philippines because he was assigned in Australia. That's the time of President Roosevelt in America. Ang pinakamatagal na presidente ng Amerika, Roosevelt, right? So he promised the world, I shall return, when he was in Australia, not in Manila.
This is MacArthur.
MacArthur, and he abandoned 10,000 American soldiers here with General Wainwright. And those soldiers surrendered to the Japanese. That's why we have the history of Bataan Death March in Corregidor. That's the last island surrendered to the Japanese. Corregidor, that's in English, that's the correcto. So if you stop that march, they kill you under the sun. And because of that, MacArthur come back after 2 years. October 20, 1944, he landed in Palo Beach, Leyte. So that's the beginning of World War II. And after that war, 1945, of course, the American soldiers won. So they having a mapping and clearing operation of this fort, they found prison cell or dungeon across that wall. And inside the dungeon, they found approximately 600 decomposing bodies of Filipinos and American soldiers, mixed without names. They all died because of suffocation, hunger, and lack of ventilation. And bodies they found bloated because 5 o'clock in the afternoon, the level of the river, called Pasig River, goes up. So that's our next stop, going to the dungeon. Can I take your picture here? Any question?
No. Paano kaya ako pumasa ng history? No, I still not.
Before you enter the military defense, the first line of defense they have before is the moat. So that's why we have the golf course outside. Used to be a man-made moat. And we have 5 major gates here with drawbridge. Because this city before closed at night and open at the break of dawn. So these are the 5 bridges. Still intact in the same place. And Fort Santiago's gate is there. You see? If you go on the top, the wooden image, the man riding the horse named Santiago de Compostela or St. James. And we have the original remaining moat here, down here.
Just the original.
Dang.
So the moat reclaimed by the Americans because of epidemic like malaria. So the mosquitoes live there. So that's the low tide moat. You see, it's low tide because it's summer. So every huge typhoon, the water flows here.
Oh,
Yeah, it flows.
overflows?
Yeah.
How, when it's high tide, how high does it get?
It flows there to that bridge because before that's part of the wooden bridge, but they changed it into the stones. That's why the water flows.
Okay.
Every huge typhoon.
So what do you mean by it floods? You mean it floods?
Yeah,
It
floods.
comes
Yeah.
over
Here.
Here, so it goes, it overflows.
Yeah.
So you get the flood here.
Yeah.
Dang. So the water rises when it's typhoon season and it floods all this.
Rampart of the Spanish, they call it defense. That rampart, the position is the cannon. They call it Baluarte de San Miguel or St. Michael. That rampart is defense for land and bay. And that rampart they call Baluarte de San Francisco Javier, defense for the river. So, Mom, can I have your phone? Let me take your picture here in front of Fort Santiago. Give me the moment.
Okay.
This is crazy. We're walking on a freaking boat from the 1500s. I mean, sometimes when I touch it, I'm just like, do you understand like what happened here? All the wars, all the people that died. It's, you know, as one might say, the vibe here is ridiculous. I mean, look at these old Spanish ruins. And the fact this moat is still working and it overflows, it's crazy.
So can I take your picture? That's the coat of arms of the Spanish Empire.
The Spanish Empire coat of arms.
Castile and Leon. That's all. The inner core. So imagine this, it's all made of wood during Muslim time, but when the Spaniards arrived, they changed it into the stone. See?
So
But
that used to be wood, though.
Yeah,
before the
wood.
Spaniards.
But what kind of stone they used to the wall? Please move here inside. This is the inner core. So this is Plaza Armas. They call it arms and ammunition storage. The arms and ammunition storage is up there, the building, the red building. They call it Santa Barbara because Santa Barbara is a patron saint of thunder and lightning, artillery, so ammunition. And this open ground here, the soldiers use this for their, what they call it?
Drill.
Military marches and drills. Yeah. And this is the kind of stone they use. They call adobe. We have here adobe. So this is volcanic stone. Volcanic tooth. Because we have lots of volcanoes and mountains. This stone is easily to cut when it was wet and very durable when it's dry. And another kind of stone, the bricks, but imported from Mexico. The Spain considered Mexico before us the new Spain because of tradings. So the Mexican used that stone for the ship ballast. From Acapulco, Mexico to Manila, Philippines, they sailed 4 months. So they need ballast for the wave.
Oh, so they use...
When they arrive in Manila, they change the stone to another product. That is barter tradings. We give them coconut, sugar cane, rice, and of course, abaca, the fiber, the local fiber we use for making Philippine money. That's Philippine hemp. 20% of our money mix of abaca, 80% mix of cotton. Unlike dollars, 25% linen, 75% cotton.
I did not know that.
That's our money. Okay?
I didn't know.
Abaca. So because of galleon tradings before, they consider Philippines as one of the provinces of Mexico. One of the oldest galleon trades in the world. Acapulco to Manila, Manila to Acapulco in the year 1564. This way. That's why we have the statue of President of Mexico here named Adolfo Lopez Mateos. Adolfo Lopez Mateos.
Dang, look at all
And of
this.
course, that ruins on the other side used to be a military school of the Spanish. And this is their barracks. Military barracks, military school.
So there's the barracks with the red bricks that they imported from Acapulco, like he said, all the way over here.
And in the middle of this plaza, we have the statue of our Philippine national hero named Jose Rizal. Okay?
Jose
Because
Rizal.
the museum is closed today, let me share to you the history of Rizal and I will refresh it again. Okay? Our Philippine national hero's name is Jose Protasio Alonso Mercado Rialonda y Rizal. In short, Jose Rizal. But remember, Rizal is only code name that he used. Because Rizal is a Freemason, masonry. So every Mason used a code names during his Spanish time in Philippines. If you said Rizal, means green pasture or rice field because his father is a farmer. He used the name Rizal when he became wanted to the Spanish government. If you said Rizal, no direct descendant because his name is Jose Protasio Mercado, not Rizal. Our Philippine national hero is the first eye surgeon in the whole Asia. He became a doctor at the age of 25 years old. He take masteral degree in Heidelberg in Germany and he continued medicine in Universidad Central de Madrid in Spain. They consider him as the most traveled Filipino. He traveled America, Europe, Asia, and he practiced ophthalmologist in a different countries. And he is also a man with a lot of talents. Sculptor, artist, writer, doctor, scientist, teacher, poet, novelist, philosopher, and linguist. He can speak 7 major European languages including Latin and Greek fluently. But he died only at the age of 35 years old because of the execution happened December 30, 1896, 2 years before the Americans arrived. Dr. Jose Rizal imprisoned inside that white building because of the 3 falsely charged. So the charges are rebellion, sedition, and formation of illegal societies. Because Jose Rizal exposed all the wrongdoings and abuses of the Spanish government using the 2 novel books that he wrote. Because Jose Rizal believed that the pen is mightier than the sword. So the first book published in Germany, originally written in Spanish but the title is Latin, and that book entitled
No
that's-
Limit Tangere.
Noli Me Tangere. In English,
No?
Touch Me Not or Do Not Touch Me. Jose Rizal inspired to write the first book because of American history. The book of Harriet Beecher Stowe's entitled Uncle Tom's Cabin. That's the time when the white slaved the black. And the second novel book published in Belgium, so 2 different countries. Second book entitled El Filibusterismo. In English, The Filibuster or The Reign of Greed. Jose Rizal inspired to write the second novel book because of Alexander Dumas, The Count of Monte Cristo, the story of the 3 Musketeers. Why? Because Rizal dedicated the second novel book to the 3 Filipino priests got executed by Garrote during his childhood time. Who's that? Gomez, Burgos, Zamora. That's why we call them Gombursa. Okay? So in short, because of these books, the expose happened. It became a spark plug to the mind of the Filipino. That's why the revolution raised up. And Rizal executed by firing squad 1 kilometer from here. That is now our national park. We call Rizal Park or Luneta. He was shot at the back Because for the Spanish, they consider him as a traitor.
But didn't he turn around?
Right. He turned around when the fatal bullet hit here. But remember, the executioners assigned in front 8 Filipino. But they don't know who's holding the live bullet. Because at the back, the 8 Spanish soldiers at the back aiming their gun at the back of the Filipino soldiers in front. So the Filipino forced to do it. When the fatal bullet hit here, he turned around and he faced the sky. He died facing the sky. You know what's the final word that he said? It's a Latin word. That's consummatum es. In English, it's done or it's finished, like Jesus Christ. And one final shot made by the Spanish officer here at the chest to make it sure. And that shot they call tiro de gracias. In English, mercy shot. So the execution of Rizal done 7:03 a.m. in the morning. Every December 30 we commemorate the death of our national hero. But the question is, what kind of gun they use to execute Rizal? It's .43 caliber Remington rifle with the size of the bullet 57 millimeters. That's fatal. Okay, so any question?
Out of 8 Filipinos, there's only 1 rifle that
Yeah,
has
with
live
the real bullet. Okay, so now we're going to visit. Do you remember Jose Rizal's final goodbye that he wrote before he was executed? Mi último adiós. Adiós patria, adorada, región del sol querida, perla del mar de oriente, nuestro perdido Eden. That's part of our education. Because before, you have Spanish subject, but they stop it.
Before?
Yeah.
You mean now they don't have it?
They don't have it. They stop it. That's why I will show you the different translation of Mi último adiós here.
I struggle.
They stop
And then that's the statue of who he was just talking about, Jose Rizal, which is the national hero, right there. He was imprisoned right here in this white building. Man, I'm getting goosebumps just walking here, all the history that's being taught and told. This is amazing.
Because you know, even the island of Zamboanga has here French. I think this is
So these are all the different translations of his, or Jose Rizal's last letter. So French, Romanian, Spanish, they have it in Braille, Arab, Hungarian. Dang.
the English translation.
And where's the Spanish?
Of course, we have the handwriting of Rizal, originally written in Spanish. He wrote that on a small piece of paper and he hid it inside the alcohol stove.
Adiós, patria dorada, rayo del sol querido. Perla del
And this
mar
is the original
nuestro
of Jose Rizal's last.
Yo hablo español, sí. Leo español también.
Adante, very-
That's so cool, in so many different languages as well. Like every time I come into places that have so much history, like maybe it's just because me being in the military and knowing the sacrifices each side made here. I mean, just the history with the walls. If these walls could talk, so it's
We're going to the
amazing.
dungeon, the prison, the final resting place of all the victims in the hand of the Japanese. This is the mass grave. In my own searching, one woman being identified in 600 dead bodies found. And that lady is the founding chairwoman of the Girl Scout of the Philippines. She is the lone lady in our 1,000 peso bill. Her name is Doña Josefa Llanes Escoda. That's the symbol of the Girl Scout.
So that was confirmed. That was
don't
she
have
was
the-
identified.
Yep, because they saw a uniform of the Girl Scout she wear with the name made of brass here. That's the only identification. We have DNA during the 1940 something. No DNA, right? No,
So
right?
these are for all the victims right here.
Yeah, in the 40s.
Now
This
we're
is
going to visit the exact place where they found. Please follow.
so now we're actually going to the mass grave that all was it the dungeon where it was like 600 people Filipino and American soldiers.
Watch
So-
your head, guys, okay?
This is gonna be very interesting, and the vibe will probably change.
This is one of the photos of that gate with the dead bodies.
So these are all the dead bodies of the Filipinos and American soldiers. Wow.
Please come in. Watch your head, Mom.
You can add something.
Those are Americans. Watch your head. So we have these pictures here
Those are actual photos.
inside, and we have also outside. So now you can breathe well. Why? Because of the new ventilation. So that's new opening only. They opened that for the visitors came here.
But before that
Closed without lights. And the flooding happened every high tide, but not anymore. Because they put waterproofing.
so there were people here during high tide and they would.
No, up to here only. But remember, not human height, but remember, the purpose of this before is for the ammunition, storage ammunition during splash time, artillery. But because of flooding, the ammunition got wet, so they moved it to the building called Santa Barbara. To the high part.
Ano to, Americans?
Ito, that's new for the safety lang yan, for the safety of this earthquake.
Oh,
The wood,
Yeah,
and of course the... So let me show you more part of this dungeon here. The GIs, right? You call it government issue, the GI.
Yeah, that would be the army.
The army, yeah.
The army. Then my dad and I were Marines. So.
Okay. So we have so that's what happened to the churches inside the wall. Even the cathedral was destroyed by the Japanese, they burned it. So the only original left is the facade, that's made of stone. But San Agustin still survived. But there's a
San
bullet
Agustin.
holes. One of the structures survived in Manila because of the Red Cross site of Geneva Convention. And this is the whole Manila or Intramuros after the war. Still San Agustin still standing, see? So we have the big photo here to make it clear. There. All the buildings destroyed using the cannons. And this is Manila. Become the second most destroyed city in the world next to Warsaw in Poland. So this is the dead end, okay? So we're gonna go out here. We're going out here.
Okay ka lang, Mark.
Okay lang.
Okay ka lang.
Ito po tayo dito. And that's Chinatown. And that's Tondo, ma'am. See these quarters? And that's Divisoria. Kaya division. That's the newly constructed bridge. Donated by China. They said that bridge symbolizing the friendship of Chinese and Filipinos.
When was that built?
Pandemic, 2019.
Oh, that's new.
That's new. That's the old one. The first bridge called Delpan Bridge. And the second one is the Jones Bridge, the yellow behind of the white. And that's Philippine Post Office behind of the yellow bridge. Post Office that burned last year. you want food trip, go to China.
I hope you guys enjoyed that tour. I really did. So much information. Hopefully watch the whole video. You know, again, bringing up the military experience. So my dad and I are big history buffs. So anytime that there's history that's being told to us and it's real and verified and legitimate, it makes the whole experience here that much more better. So make sure you guys click down below, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next spot we're gonna be in. So
Yes.
I think we're going to Resolve Park. I'm not really sure. There's so much to do around here. It's crazy. So look at bro in his uniform. So that was Intramuros. Now we're outside walking on the streets. You can still see a lot of the Spanish architect. Guy right there. What's up, bro? Say hi. That's the Georgian consulate right there. Super crazy. If you guys didn't know, it's not that I served with the Georgians, but there were a lot of Georgians in Afghanistan. So when I saw the flag, which is all white with a bunch of red crosses, it was pretty interesting. And right here, we're gonna ride one of these carriages. And then we're gonna go, where are we going? What's the next place?
Binondo, Chinatown.
Oh, we're gonna go to the Chinatown, which is the oldest Chinatown in the world. Yes, the world. So we're gonna go right out here on the streets right here. See how these people are riding? That's what we're gonna do too. He's got a horse there. He's gonna take us around
Carriage.
on the carriage horse. Bam, look at that right here. Is that the cathedral right there? Manila Cathedral? So that's the Manila Cathedral right there.
That's the cathedral. So 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks.
Four
This
blocks.
is Manila Cathedral.
That's the cathedral, the basilica. That's the mother of all churches in the Philippines.
Mother of all churches in the Philippines
that's
right
why they
there.
consider now as minor basilica because of Pope John Paul II.
Pope
Is
John
that
Paul
working?
II. Okay.
By the carriage, I will ask the government that please start to the ATM. Okay?
All right, thank you, Mark. I appreciate it. You're a good guest. You're a good host, man. I appreciate it. Say what's up. Hi. All right, so we're gonna go on the carriage right here.
Happy Easter sa inyo, Mark.
So we're gonna go on the carriage right here.
Saan ang
We got another dude right here, and we're gonna chill right here. Go ahead, Mom. You go first.
Are you gonna go first, buddy? Do you take it from the front?
Nah, it's all good.
Okay.
So we're gonna ride right here. This thing is moving. Oh, and now we're in the carriage. We're in the carriage, y'all.
Yes, we're good.
That's crazy.
Move backward.
Yes. Okay. Forward just with the balance. Okay.
We gotta balance it out. This is different.
Yes, okay, are we good?
Yes.
So what's this called again?
Where's your seatbelt?
No seatbelt?
Welcome to Manila, ma'am, sir.
Thank you.
This is the indication that we are in Manila. The traffic. Church to our right side, ma'am, sir. This is Manila. The second oldest Catholic church in the Philippines. And also known as the mother of all churches. because
Mother of all churches. Right there. Crazy. And we're on a horse. We're on a horse going through the streets.
Many to our right side, ma'am, sir, they call this area as the Ayuntamiento de Manila. In year 1600s, this is the first seat of the local government or the office of the mayor of Manila.
First seat of the local
This is
government
today,
right
this is
here.
the Bureau of Treasury.
Oh, Bureau of Treasury.
And that's how you know we're in Manila right now. Look at that traffic, boy.
That is one of the benefits here. To our left side, ma'am, sir, this is the Bureau of Immigration.
Oh, Bureau of Immigration and Deportation, right?
Some of them said if you want to extend your visit here, go visit the Bureau of Immigration. Yes, under the table.
How do you do that?
left side, officer, this is the post office. Yes, it was burned down by fire last year.
Last year lang ba?
Yes. Listen again, officer, we are here.
This is John, the famous John's Bridge.
To our right side, you will see the Esponta Station, the ferry station we have here in Chinatown.
So that was pretty cool. Now we're here in Chinatown, the oldest Chinatown in the world.
Thank you.
Salamat po, kuya.
Okay, bye.
Thank
Take
you,
it
sir.
easy. All right, y'all, we're trying to find a place to eat. It's crazy up in here. It feels hella nice in here because it's humid and hot. All right, we're back on the streets. We put our name in that restaurant. Since it's Holy Week, that's the only restaurant that's open right now. But me personally, I'm trying to get some of that street food. But that's the only restaurant that's... Oh yeah, that's the line for street food. Again, this is Holy Week. We thought it was gonna be empty. But really what happened is I think a lot of people had the same idea we have, wanted to go explore, but there's only select few restaurants. So you kind of get funneled into whatever restaurant's open. So hopefully I can try some street food or something. But we gotta be careful because my mom's been having a little bit of issues when it comes to the street food. Obviously, they cook it differently, the ingredients they use, so it's not the same. So definitely watch out for that traveler's sickness, traveler's stomach, all that stuff. Luckily for me, it hasn't really hit me that hard yet. So, but as you can see, it's super packed. Oh, go ahead. It's super packed. All the lines are like super long here. I mean, look at this line. It's all the way down. There's only few restaurants open.
This is the oldest fast food.
Oh, this is the oldest fast food right here. Chuan Ki. So, and it's Holy Week. Maybe we get some ice cream or something. Look, here goes. Look, it's a quickly. That's in America. Oh, they got a potato corner here. That shit's hella good. It's really just French fries with seasoning in it. All right, the first street food today is Taiwan fried bao. It looks like little shopals, honestly. I'm not really sure what's in it, but we're gonna go ahead and try it out. The prices aren't bad either. These are like cents right here. 6 pieces, 8 pieces, 4. Ooh, look at that. There we go. We only got 3. Hella good, hella good, hella good. It's like little show pals. It's like mini show pals. So they're lighting the incense here. And looks like they're praying over there. Again, it's Holy Week. I don't want to film too much, but they're praying. They have incense there. It looks like everybody's praying right there. So pretty cool. Got the fresh veggies. Look at that right there. Bing, bing. Welcome, Manila, Chinatown. Hello. Oh, what's that? I don't even know what that is, but it looks good. She's cooking it fresh right there too. Oh, it's fresh squid. Oh look, they're just cooking it right here. You know what these remind me of? These are like when you get out of the club in San Francisco and there's hot dogs everywhere, except these are just squid. That's what I'm talking about. But I'm good off the squid right now. Oh, Mr. Ube. I love me some ube. Frozen fruits. Wow. Tangulu? Yeah. Fruit candy? Makano ate?
50.
50 for...
For one stick.
for one stick. Look at all the fresh fruit. Look at that. Man, she was trying to charge me. Look, this is 100 pesos for however many for a whole bag. And she was trying to charge me 50 pesos for 3 pieces of fruit, bro. I know if you do the conversion rate, it's probably not that much, but still. When I'm out here, I don't try to think like an American. I'm trying to think how they do it out here in the Philippines. All right, we're gonna try this little fried show pao. You put soy sauce on it. It is hot. It's pretty much like a mini show pao. No thank you, po. No thank you, po. Might be feeling bad for these kids, but you know. Crazy. This ain't bad though. I don't really know what this is right here, but people are lining up for it. It looks like it's more street food. Oh dang, that looks good. What's that? Like fried pork and chicken? What's going on over here? That was crazy. Sugar cane juice. Is that what it was? The sugar cane juice?
Ano po yan?
Rice cake.
Sausage.
Sausage? Sausage?
Ano yun? Naman laot daw. Sausage. Oh, it's not.
Oh, that's sausage and that's rice.
Rice cake.
Rice cake. So sausage or rice cake. And over there, look, y'all can see her.
Ayun ba kuya?
That's sugar cane right there.
So that's tofu, this is sausage, and this is rice cake.
Rice cake, sausage, tofu, and sugar cane juice. We're gonna get one of these rice cakes, one of them tofus there, and then we're gonna go ahead and get us a sugar cane juice. All right, so now we're in the other line. We're gonna go get ahead and get some sugar cane juice. So we got the rice cake. What is it? Rice cake, and we got tofu. So let me try this. Nice. This is our barbecue chicken. Oh yeah, that's just our barbecue chicken. That's just hella good. That's fire. Now I can't wait till we get some of this sugar cane juice. That's gonna be really delicious. And it's fresh sugar cane, like I showed you. They have the big stick. They're pressing it like old school. Super delicious. Man, that tastes really good. And it don't get no fresher than that. Look at that. He's got the sugar cane in there. And look, all the juice is coming out right there. Crazy. Fresh sugar cane juice down here in Manila. Chinatown, oldest Chinatown here in the Philippines. Or in the world, actually. Fresh ass sugar cane. So, after a little heated... So the lines were merging. There was a little bit of a little argument ensued on who is gonna get their sugar cane. Let's just say we won. But I ain't gonna lie, this sugar cane is hella good. Like it has kind of like this veggie taste in a good way that you could tell that it's fresh. Now, I don't know where we're going, but we're gonna explore a little bit more before we go back to that restaurant. So we're gonna cross over this bridge. $100 if you drink out of this. I bet you won't drink out of that.
100,000.
Oh, my mom said 100,000, not even. Not even. That shit is black as hell. I don't ever want to hear Americans talk about how dirty their water is, so that shit is pitch black, brother. Look at all these. Take a look at all these mushrooms. Calamansi. Look at all this fresh produce, baby. We love fresh produce. We love the fresh produce. General merchandise, that's hella Chinese. That's cool though. I don't know what they are, but that looks cool. Ooh, fresh mangoes. What? What is this over here? Fried siopa. Oh, shopao. fries show pal at that. Got some ice cream. What is it?
Used to. That's our favorite.
Show pal. The
made
fries.
by Lingnam. It's been around for a long, long time. I'm 65. That's over 60 years old.
What is this? I don't know, but there's a long line. They got Chinese bites. Another street food, I guess.
I used to come here.
That water is so black, bruh, and it stinks so bad. It's crazy. But here we are back here. Let's see if our food is gonna be ready or our table's gonna be ready. We're like number 25, so we'll see. Here goes the menu. Dim sum. They got some roasting, soy chicken, Hainanese chicken, clay pot rice, noodles, soup. Look, I like the broccoli with garlic. That sounds delicious. That hot prawn salad sounds good too. Flip it over. That's it. That looks good. The pork shrimp siowama. There's the salt and pepper squid, shrimp aqua, jiao long bao. I don't know what that is, but it looks good. There we go. We got the beef, crispy noodles. We got the pork shomai, and this is some shrimp that I wanted. I forgot what it is. What is it? Huh? Not shrimp. Hakao.
Shrimp hakao.
Shrimp hakao right there. Now we're gonna feast after a long day of walking. All right, Mom, what did you get? What is this black stuff?
It's black gulaman shake.
What's gulaman?
I don't remember. Sorry, I don't remember.
Look, that is
It's
crazy.
it's like jello. Gulaman is like jello.
So it's like a black jelly. Wow. And here's the aftermath. And guess what, guys? This is all under $40. It's in between, like, I don't know, like 35, but under 40. So, not bad. Great Buddha Cafe. Super delicious. All right, y'all, we just had a delicious ass brunch, or not brunch. This is like lunch, dinner, close to it. Now we're gonna go back to BGC. We gotta take a little walk back in these streets. There's gonna be a jungle outside. We gotta go there. Yeah, but no, this was cool. This Chinatown is super cool. It's definitely different than other Chinatowns that I've been to. Actually, not really. All the Chinatowns in the world kind of look the same. They're very similar, like the one in Seattle, the one in San Francisco. But they're all different and unique. I don't know. It was cool. If you're down here, come check it out. Just be cautious about the street food, especially because, you know, sometimes the pork that they cook might not be thoroughly cooked. So watch out for that, just because, you know, we have family and friends who ate some of the street food and it did not go too well for them. So make sure you have some Imodium, make sure you have some charcoal pill, just in case you get food poisoning. So just gotta be prepared. And when you ask for water, be careful, because they'll give you service water instead of bottled water. So you gotta be careful of that. Look at that. Look at all the tuk-tuks. Look at all the tuk-tuks. There's a famous jeepney right there. Hey, yo, we're gonna go over here and grab a grab, just because we gotta go so far to BGC. And in BGC, they only allow jeepneys to a certain point. And I don't think the tuk-tuks are allowed over there. There you go. This is where we at, baby. It's Holy Week. And this is where we're meeting up. Look at this church. This is where the pickup's at for the grab. But just look at this freaking church, man. It's so... Look at this right here. All right, y'all. I gotta go get us a grab now, so I'll see you in a little bit.